Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is all about Midsummer. It happens right after Litha, which is the summer solstice, celebration of fertility, nature. You have divination, fairies, the doors are open to the other worlds. The underworld is a big theme. Fairies playing tricks on people. We're all familiar with The Midsummer Night's Dream from Shakespeare. We all know the Wedding March by Mendelssohn. And even today, people in countries like Sweden still practice midsummer rites with dancing around the maypole and going camping and getting very lovey-dovey with each other. There are a couple trees associated with Midsummer's Eve and Midsummer. The first one is Elder, also known as Elhorn, Fairy Tree, Lady Elder, or Pipe Tree, and it's associated with banishing, beauty, beginnings, blessings, challenges, change, compassion, consecration, consciousness, danger, burial, dream work, endings, energy, fidelity, grounding, healing, power, security, sleep, sorrow, spirituality, sympathy, wealth, well-being, and witchcraft. And you may think of it as a winter solstice tree, but it's actually associated with midsummer, which is just after the summer solstice. And it's holly, and holly is associated with anger, battle, courage, crossroads, defense, enchantment, energy, envy, goodness, guidance, healing, intuition, jealousy, luck, omens, revenge, and strength. And then there's the oak. We're all familiar with the oak tree, and he's associated with the afterlife, authority, confidence, control, discipline, generosity, increase in independence, knowledge, sexual potency, shamanism, nature spirits, and youth. And here's another one that you might think of as a winter solstice tree, but it's actually associated with midsummer as well, and that's the pine tree. And its powers are domestic harmony, it can clear the home, bring honor, hope, it can help with memory, money, and also your senses like listening and smell. Here's some fresh lavender flowers there. I also have this form of lavender. It's some tea. It's just loose flowers. You can use it for tea at night. Super relaxing smell. Well, you can even put some essential oil of lavender in a spray bottle and just enjoy it that way. I like to do that before I go to sleep, especially at a time like midsummer when it's super hot out. Can't get enough of lavender. And it's one of the 9 herbs that you go out and pick all of these herbs and put them under your pillow, and the Fae will bring you good luck and fortune through the next coming year, what you want. So let's get through that. So first there's lavender, and it's associated with challenges, goals, grief, heartbreak, loneliness, lust, and I didn't know this, but if you want to communicate with the elves, then get a hold of some lavender because it's great for elf magic. The next herb is St. John's wort, and I didn't have any of that available, but I do have it in a tea. This is called St. John's wort Blues Away by Yogi Tea. It's said to help with darkness, fear, luck with family, stimulation, protection from lightning and storms, mental well-being, and it can prevent the actions of witches and witchcraft. The other 6 herbs are rue, vervain, mistletoe, thyme, fennel, plantain, and artemisia. There's a special plant associated with midsummer, and it's Betony, the beautiful purple plant. It kind of looks like thistle. Also goes by the name of woundwort, common hedge nettle, lousewort, and bishopwort. It's known as the wild beast medicine because it said that wild beasts go out and seek it in nature when they get hurt or have a wound. It comes from the old Celtic word Betony, which means good for the head, and it was planted in churchyards back in the Middle Ages to protect from spirits and mischievous ghosts and mischievous people. If you're looking for a goddess to focus on during Midsummer's Eve or Midsummer, there's Aine, the Celtic goddess, and she's the queen of the fairies. She's the goddess of love, and she's also able to transform into a red horse, which no one can catch. So if you're looking for a goddess for Midsummer, check out Aine. Now onto the males. So there's Balder, or Beldeg, from the Norse pantheon, and he's the god of light. Just like Jesus and a lot of other sun figures, he dies. And that's kind of the theme of this time of the year, because this is when the sun makes its peak, so it's all downhill from here, and the nights are only going to get longer, and the days are going to get shorter. This is why we look to gods like him. And also Nergal, who's an ancient Assyrio-Babylonian, Phoenician, Sumerian underworld god of fires, the afterlife, anger, authority, balance, battle and war, bindings, death, destruction, favors, limitations and boundaries, night magic, passion, and sex. Now, on to everyone's favorite part, the magic. Of course, fairies are super active at this time, just like they are at Beltane, which is May Day, Samhain, which is Halloween, and Yule, which is our Christmas. And you don't have to be in nature to communicate with them, but it always helps to get by some plants or out in the woods if you can. They're spirits of the underworld or afterworld, and they're ruled by Diana, the moon goddess. Then there's the Selkies from the Nordic region, and depending on who you ask, they can either transform into a human from a seal every 9 days, or on Midsummer's Eve only, they can transform into a human. So the story goes that they would come onto the beach on Midsummer's Eve and maybe even mate with a human, and so there was this half-breed race of Selkie human children that didn't ever get to see their parents, or only got to see them sometimes because one of their parents was a Selkie and they would be living in the water most of the time. Then there's the horses and pixie ponies, and you may be like, what? Horses and pixie ponies? What's that to do with Midsummer? But this is actually called Equus, the time of the horse in the Celtic calendar, June and July. This is right before the time when they would be sold during the harvest, so it was really important to have a really healthy horse. And they are very mystical beings associated with communication. They're also associated with swift action, cooperation. They can warn you of danger. They can be guides of souls and travelers. They can help you with obstacles, protect against abuse of power, help with quests, rebirth, renewal, and secrets, especially initiatory secrets. So if you're wondering what you should do on Midsummer, it's really up to you. You can follow your intuition. You could just drink some lavender tea and ask the fairies to help you with something. There's some crystals you could use that are associated with Diana, the ruler of the fairies, like selenite. It's a very sleepy, dreamy, gentle stone. There's also Moonstone, which is obviously very associated with the moon. Of course, you can never go wrong with quartz. This is really popular still in Sweden and places like that. You can make a crown around your head with some herbs. This is thyme, and it even has some flowers blooming on it. It's super pretty. Smells so good. You could take some essential oil or a special oil that you like to work with here, and I would just rub a little on my wrist or my neck, or you can get out your greenery or solstice decorations or anything like that. This is the Green Man chalice. You could make a pouch for a friend with some herbs associated with Midsummer. Maybe put a crystal in, another one. It's really up to you. I hope you guys have a very magical Midsummer and you're able to connect with some fairies or some elves or some Selkies or some pixie ponies or something cool like that. Let me know how it works out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Nick Folk TV, and have a good Midsummer. Bye!